Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to another Blood and Beans with me, Sabian Lockhart, aka Sociopathic. Got Pockets Lockhart here in the background, and Shiloh/Phoenix Lockhart is still passed out on the couch because I believe she was up until probably like 5 o'clock in the morning playing on her Switch. So she'll be up in due time.
3 hours from now.
If you guys can, if you can't hear me, if you're experiencing audio issues, by all means, please let me know. Because I obviously have not done my little quality check thing because I was lazy this morning. It is morning, so please cut me some slack. Pour myself a little coffee out of the thermos here. Ain't got much left, but I got enough. So cool. Glad you guys can hear me. Hope you guys have been having a great weekend. And yes, thank you for clarifying that the mic is working well, Sir Blades. The weekend's been not too bad. You might be asking yourself, Sabian, how come this isn't a post-fishing edition? Why did you not go fishing today?
I asked him the same thing.
And she did. Pockets did ask me the same thing.
Are you feeling okay?
And my answer to that is no, I did not go fishing. And it's not because it wasn't nice out or anything. It actually, it's sunny. It's very warm outside. It's a little humid. Probably would have been a great day for fishing. There are a couple of reasons why I didn't. The one most prominent that I will talk about here is the fact that I'm going camping next weekend, leaving Thursday night and coming back Sunday night. So I'll be in the woods for like 3 days. So I figured if there's a time for me to sit around, clean my house, maybe play a video game, this weekend might be the weekend to do it. Good morning, Twisted. How are you? And by the way,
Twisted.
Good morning, Devane. Good morning, Blades. And good morning, Warrior Princess, if you are still with us. Shiloh helped me put together a FNAF party, I guess you could say, yesterday for basically just, for me, her, and Pockets. We watched the FNAF musical, which I've been kind of avoiding that for a while. I'm not the biggest fan of Markiplier. I'll admit it. It's just not for me. It's not my taste. I do like Matt Pat, though. I think not only are his videos informative, they're also very funny. So I was a little skeptical going into this, especially with Markiplier being the main character in the musical. I was pleasantly surprised. That's actually very funny. So I really enjoyed that. Then we watched Willy's Wonderland. By the way, is one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies now. Absolutely love that movie. So that was a ton of fun. Then we listened to Two Friends at Freddy's again because Phoenix Shiloh had not heard that yet. In its entirety, the remastered version. And then we listened to Suspicious Locations. I haven't heard that in months, so that was a lot of fun. And then we did a Five Nights at Freddy's celebration stream on my side channel yesterday afternoon, where we played, basically she played and I watched, helped out a little, Pizzeria Simulator. And then last night was FNAF VR. One night in VR, help needed. So it was a FNAF weekend. We got pizza and chips and soda, and it was fun yesterday. I wish you could come with us too, QD, for sure. It is always a good time. So yeah, I'll be actually in the woods at Locust Lake on Friday the 13th. That's funny. Twisted says hello.
Hi, Twisted.
To Pockets and Shy, but Shy is still passed out. She had a long night.
Switch is difficult to play.
It is. Switch is. It is. It's exhausting when you play Switch. I know how tiring it can be. If you hear anything in the background, Pockets has on
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Which I liked the first, 7 seasons or whatever, but that last season, I agree with almost everybody out there, it was terrible. That happens, Cutie. That's the great thing about That's the great thing about YouTube, is that the videos are still there. So anytime if you ever feel like it, to go back, listen, and watch and whatever, at least it's still up. You don't really have to look for it, download it, pay for anything, stuff like that. It's there and waiting for you, if / whenever. And FNAF, FNAF is Five Nights at Freddy's. So when we have a FNAF party, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's party. So of course there's pizza involved and stuff like that. It's a staple. Got to have the pizza. And by the way, good morning, Fuzzy. How are you? I do have the fan blowing in the background too. Jabba came home this morning, which is nice. He was gone all day yesterday. He got out Friday night at midnight. He did not come back all day yesterday, and woke up this morning and Pockets let him in the door. So Jabba is home.
Yep.
So that's
I
awesome.
That's because his mother was out.
Well, but again, male cats are male cats. They might come home, they might not. That's
when you get rich, so they're less liable to roam.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying that's usually the way it goes. You got to be, you own a male cat. You just kind of prepare for that possibility.
See, you grew up differently than I did. I didn't have that problem with my animals.
Thank you, QD. I think she did really good too. Shiloh puts in a lot of effort when she does her voice lines, and she really does try to act them really well. And she actually got accepted to do voice acting for 2 different parts, 2 different auditions, and she ended up getting a part. So I don't know what she's got to do or when those got to be in. She knows all about it. She takes care of everything. I'll probably talk to her a little bit about it when she wakes up today, though. See if I can get a little bit more information from her. Anybody out there excited for the new Candyman movie? I think I talk about it on just about every Blood and Beans for the past 6 episodes or whatever. Can't wait for that. She does have a lot of fun doing it. She very much enjoys having voice lines, and she always helps me write those Five Nights at Freddy's stories, and they're hard. I don't know the lore, not as well as Matt Pat or she does, but I know some of the lore, but I'm not the real intricate details of everything. But she does, and when I write those stories, I want to make sure that they remain as true to the lore as possible. Obviously, without interfering with it or changing anything. So that's kind of a trick in itself. But she's always right there with me, as I'm telling her what's going on in the story and what I'm writing. And she's like, "Well, Dad, that's not right." What? No, that's supposed to be this person. That didn't happen to them. She'll let me know, and then I'll change things around. So I figured with this last story, it's not the last Five Nights at Freddy's. There's actually another one that's already written. It's coming out this Halloween. It's actually based on the Halloween themed bonus DLC. So it'll be a Halloween themed Five Nights at Freddy's that comes out in October, based within the 13 days of Halloween marathon. Good morning, creepy clown girl. How are you? But again, as I was saying, because she helps out so much with these stories, the first story was literally called Two Friends at Freddy's. The second one was Suspicious Locations, but it was still about 2 friends, Shane and Chris, going to an abandoned location and stuff like that. And then the last story, I wanted it again to keep in that same theme of 2 friends. So I was like, you know what? I'll just write it in a way where Shiloh can play my friend. She can be my friend at Freddy's for the third one. So I wrote her a bunch of lines. I named the character Shyla, and
no correlation.
No correlation at all. But she really likes doing lines, so I knew that she would enjoy me writing a part specifically for her, where she could basically almost play herself. Yeah, I'm cautiously hopeful about Candyman, but I'm very hopeful. I'm about as hopeful for Candyman as I am Ghostbusters Afterlife. A lot of stuff nowadays, I don't want to name names, pointing stuff out, But a lot of remakes nowadays and stuff that they come out with that are rehashes of old IPs, they tear it down and insert a bunch of modern political agendas into the movie instead to fill those gaps, and then get mad when fans don't receive it very well because the movie's garbage. Um, Ghostbusters Afterlife doesn't look like that. It's literally paying homage to the movies that came before it. It's being written and produced by the son of the original creator. It takes place in Egon's house, his farmhouse, because obviously the guy who played Egon is dead in real life. Dan Aykroyd's supposed to be in it. Bill Murray's supposed to be in it. Sigourney Weaver's supposed to be in it. The guy who played Winston's supposed to be in it. Can't remember his name. The girl who played Janine, she's in it. Like, I'm very, very excited for the new Ghostbusters Afterlife because they're specifically paying homage to the old ones. It's a true Ghostbusters 3, and it gives me a really good feeling about it. The new Candyman is kind of the same way. It's set up in a way where if you have never seen the other Candymans, you're going to think it's a remake, and they're changing some of the lore about this guy who gives candy to kids and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it's not what the movie's going to be about. If you know the Candymans, you know what to look for, or at least you know what jumps out at you. Like the guy who's talking is Tony Todd.
Yep.
Tony Todd is playing Candyman. He is Candyman in the movie. The movie's going to be about the main character that you see in the previews basically turning into Candyman. He's going to be passing along that torch, and I know this because that's the baby. The guy, the person, the actor, the guy in real life is the baby from the first movie. That Helen, the blonde girl, saved when she pulled him out of the fire. He's the baby. And his mother, the girl who played his mother, the actress, is back. In fact, she's in the previews. And if you look really closely, and again, I know I've said all this before, but in the trailer, when the guy is walking by the car and he looks in the window and you see a reflection, it's just a split second. There's a reflection in the window. If you pause it right there and take a look, it's Tony Todd. Tony Todd, the Candyman, is the one that's in the window looking back at him. It's not a remake. It's a sequel. It's one that pays homage to the original Candyman. So I'm cautiously hopeful, but I'm probably a little less cautious than I am with most other things. Like this honestly looks like it's good, and they're not telling you flat out, but if you're a fan, like you'll notice. And it's almost like they're saying, like, listen, this one's for you. We're not going to come out and say, listen, there's a lot of fan service in this movie, but if you're a fan, you're going to see it. It's there. So stoked. Color me excited. If excited was a color, what color would it be? I feel like hot pink. I don't know if I want to be colored hot pink.
That's my hair color.
Yeah, but I don't want to be hot pink.
It reminds me, I gotta re-dye my hair.
I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix or not.
What?
The movies that we're talking about. I don't think they're going to be on Netflix. They're probably going to be out in theaters. But the way it is now, like with everything going on, a lot of those theater movies, different streaming services like Amazon Prime and HBO Max and Hulu and stuff like that, you can pay to stream those movies to home. So, and there are other ways too, illegal ways that I'm not going to recommend. Are not going to recommend them. But there are other ways. Now, especially like brand new movies, that I really wouldn't suggest going about that route because those are the ones that are watched. If you're taking that route, I use that a lot. Maybe if I did, I would use that route for older movies like 80s slasher movies because nobody really watches those or honestly even cares. So you're probably fine doing that. Anything made by like MGM or anything though, like the new Star Wars or anything Marvel, be really, really careful going any kind of insidious route or you're going to be in trouble. And I don't know this from personal experience, but I know people that do know this from personal experience. So just be careful out there. Good morning, Somber. How are you, man?
Hi, somber.
Hey, if you don't hit the like button for a Blood and Beans, I really am not going to be offended. There
No.
is nothing that's super exciting here. There's no itinerary planned. I don't have topics in front of me to talk about.
Talk.
This is very, very, very casual. Just listening to me babble on with pockets behind me while staring at a black screen. So,
Hey, I'm not babbling. I'm talking to them too.
well, I didn't say babbling behind me. I said talking behind me. Did I? If I said babbling, well, then maybe I did. Okay. Well, I apologize. Pockets doesn't babble. She is talking. It's just because you're such a distance away from the microphone. I mean, yes.
But we slept on the floor. I don't want to get out from underneath the covers. I am sorry.
Yes, we are big children.
Yeah, we sleep in the living room on the weekends.
In the summertime or even in the wintertime.
I
yes.
like
the big TV.
The big TV.
Pockets likes the big TV, so we act like children and have the refrigerator. Like, you know what? We're kids now that own our own house, so.
Like, I so want to take down
Let's just sleep in the living room.
I so want to take down our closet in the kitchen because it really, like, just collects junk. And I want to make it into a half bathroom with just a toilet and a sink. And then there you go.
You don't need a bathroom in the kitchen.
Why?
You don't need a bathroom in the kitchen. I've heard of efficiency, but that's ridiculous.
There's a lot of people who have half baths. Dad had a half
Not
bath.
in their kitchen.
It was almost to the kitchen. You went down 3 stairs, and there you go. There was the bathroom.
It's not in the kitchen. Funny stuff.
Freaking Diane too. Always fell down.
I'm glad that
steps.
you like them. I'm very glad that you like the Blood and Beans live streams.
Remember when she fell down the steps so bad she bruised up her arm?
I remember.
Like, all the way down. My poor stepmother. She has a slight difficulty of staying on her feet.
Well, in a way, I did link the creator. But I can't write anything canon about Scott Cawthon or Purple Guy, because here's the caveat to that. Not only are they still creating lore, they're still expanding upon that canon. They're also expanding on it retroactively, meaning what happened in the past. So if I try and connect something to that, it doesn't make sense if they end up changing the canon as it evolves and grows. I have no problems mentioning the creator and his nefarious ends for creating such a game and hinting at something larger, or bringing Springtrap into one of the stories without, or even talking about William Afton and Michael Afton, but not directly talking about the lore of Purple Guy. You understand? More like a cameo appearance, where I can link the story to the canon, but it links in a way where it does not change the canon no matter what they do to it. So if you're okay with that, then technically I've already done it. And I touched on it in last night's video, and in Suspicious Locations, I touched on it a little bit heavier than that. Especially with the Aftons. Sorry, I was rolling myself a smoke here while my batteries charge in my vape. I can speak, really, I promise. You might ask, how come I don't charge my vape while I'm sleeping?
Well, he holds it like a goddamn pacifier.
That, and the fact that we had a vape battery explode on us once and almost catch our house on fire.
I had to pull it out of the damn charger.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina's blanket went up in flames.
My blanket too.
Lost two pillowcases. So,
we don't charge batteries unless they're literally like we're awake and everything can be attended to. So if something happens, we can deal with it immediately.
Yeah, the last charger finally gave out when I put the battery in. It started to hiss. I was like, nope, I know that noise. And I instantly took it out. Like, I'm not dealing with that again. Why am I always the one dealing with fires?
No,
I dealt with the outlet fire. I dealt with that.
The hiss, if you were hearing a hiss, it could have been the battery leaking.
No, it's not. It was perfectly good battery. It was the system itself. I looked it up.
No, it's definitely not good. So we don't want our house to burn down. That was actually the day. It was the day that something saved us because we were gonna go take a drive and go to the store to get something. And we had the batteries on the charger, and we'd left them charging in the house before. Never thought anything about it. It never occurred to me. And we're like, well, hey, let's have a smoke first. So we had a smoke, and we both started zoning out on the TV. We were there for maybe an extra 5 minutes, where we would have left. So we would have left, but we didn't, and now we're home for an extra 5 minutes. And Pockets hears this hissing and sees this smoking, and she grabs the battery charger and she goes to pull the battery out, and the battery is so hot that she threw it, and it landed on the couch. And as soon as it did, it exploded. Yep. And on the couch were blankets, so it caught the blankets basically on fire immediately. So we wrapped it up in blankets and threw the blankets outside, and then there were a big smoking ball of blankets, and it did go out. We did get it out, and then I actually took a picture of the vape battery. But if we didn't stop and say, hey, let's have a smoke first and zone out just a couple of minutes on that TV,
our house would have been on fire.
We would have had no house. We lost
dogs,
our animals.
cats,
all our stuff.
My hamster.
So somewhere in some parallel universe where one thing can happen and one thing doesn't and stuff, in some parallel universe.
Wait, let's smoke first.
In some universe, our house burned down. It's a really scary thought. So that's why I do not charge things when I'm sleeping, and when I leave for the weekend, I unplug everything.
Yep.
So, tent picnic will to be fun because I believe I'm going to be bringing Java with us.
Right.
We're going to lock them in the house and no air conditioner.
What about the other two cats?
Leave the windows open. So they can run in and out. Or we'll see how hot it's going to be. We could do that.
Don't check now.
Why?
Because.
I'm going to check. I'm interested.
Oh my God.
I want to know.
It's a
I know.
week away and you don't know what
the weatherman could definitely change. I know. Yep.
You can't go by the weatherman. You have to go by.
All I'm seeing right here, though, is Friday. Friday is going to be like 90. It's going to be 88 degrees, but it's also going to be cloudy. Not going to be a lot of sun.
Why can I never tan?
And then Saturday and Sunday is going to be sunny, but 80 and 78. So we really could leave the cats home with the windows open. We should be fine. I just worry about the cats. Cats are okay, like taking care of themselves. But it's I'm gonna leave the sink, but Jabba doesn't drink out of the sink.
No, so I always fill up the bowl.
We're gonna have to fill up the bowl for him.
And I scrub it first because it can get slimy because everybody drinks out of it. I always tell people, hey, would you drink out of that? Go fill it up. Scrub it out, fill it up. Even I do that. You know, if I looked down at it, I wouldn't drink out of that. I want to get one
Clicked
of
on the wrong thing.
Ones, but there's no outlet
I'm looking for comments on my Discord. I went back to the wrong tab. I'm very scared of the house catching fire. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm glad you said almost, which leads me to believe that it did not catch fire. So I'm very happy to hear that. But it's a terrible scenario to be in.
Oh, he put a heart next to my name.
I mean,
that's so sweet.
Even if everything living survives, which is my hope, is that first everything alive gets out of the house. All my wedding stuff, all my video game stuff, and I know that sounds.
The wedding stuff is easy. It's right next to the front door.
I know it's childish to think about video games when your house is on fire, but we've invested. Thousands and thousands of dollars and an entire lifetime of collecting things that you like. It's a terrifying. I have a room dedicated to all my games, so I'd be in there chucking stuff out the window. Arcade machine probably be too big to fit, unfortunately. At least that is modern and, with money is replaceable. Ten kittens and 7 adult cats. That. See, to me, and that's great if you're cool with that. To me, I just couldn't have that many cats. We've got
could.
3. Well, Jabba's technically, he's the biggest cat in the house, but technically he's still a kitten. He's only 7 months old. But we have 2 adults then and 2 kittens if Jabba's a kitten. Because technically he still is. But once we had 4 adult cats, and 2 of them had litters at the same time. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know it worked
14.
out. No, we had 19 cats in our house at
yeah.
one time. If you included all those kittens,
we gave away.
so we had 15 kittens between the 2 litters. So, and they're literally almost, I think, the same day or within one day of each other, they both had their litters. So for 8 weeks, we had 15 kittens running around.
Fuzzballs.
And yes, almost all of them were,
and they were
fluffy.
all in Shiloh's room.
They were all fluffy. Or Sabrina. Sabrina liked it. She said it was annoying because everywhere she went, she was literally attacked by
a fuzzy creature.
15 kittens, no matter where she went. But sometimes it'd be fun if they were all in one spot and she'd sit down and they'd all climb on her and stuff.
Shiloh, he loved it. One had clubbed feet.
It's too many.
One had clubbed feet. My mother wanted to take it because she thought it was going to cost $7,000 to fix this cat, and it took me a month just working with its feet like you would a child, a newborn who had bowed legs, and just working with his feet in and out, in and out. By the time he was ready to be adopted, he could walk fine.
Hey, he's running all over the house.
I make sure
Fuzzy says that's paradise. The 15 little fuzzballs is just
it is
too
fun,
much.
Actually, it was fun though for a while. It was fun,
but it made me nervous because you think to yourself, you're like, oh my god, are we actually going to get rid of these cats? We need to get rid of these cats because if we don't, and they become adults, 15 cats is going to turn into 75 cats overnight.
I make sure that when the cats, before they go to the shelter, they are weaned, they're going on the litter box, and they are ready to be adopted out right then and there. Yeah. They're used to dogs. They're used to kids.
There's so many kittens. That was crazy. That was the most kittens we've ever had in our house at one time.
And we adopted out the mother cat too.
One of them. One of the mother cats. Yeah, one of the mother cats got adopted out with the kittens, so they didn't go alone.
Tabitha, we had to let go because she was epileptic.
Mm-hmm.
That was just too much.
No, we kept that cat for a long time. We made a special spot for her, made a special cage for her when she had her seizures.
I couldn't stand to see her seizures.
But she wanted to get outside, and the cat just had a terrible life, and she was really, really sick.
So
we let her go outside,
and she just never came back.
She never came back. It was sad, but I couldn't put the cat. I couldn't put the cat down. I wasn't gonna bring this cat. It never really had a life of its own. Was just constantly, and very loved. And we had the cat for a long time.
Oh, she was lovely too.
Good year, 2 years. We had that cat for a while, but I just couldn't bring her to a freaking, okay, your time's up now, I'm putting you down. The cat wanted to go outside, so here, just go outside. She was in her last days anyway. Just go outside and live your life.
She was young,
I know,
too, when I got her. That's what hurt me the most.
Yep.
I finally got this beautiful gray kitten, and then all of a sudden she turned out to have epilepsy. And I've had an epileptic dog before.
Well, like I said, though, we took care of her for as long as we were able to.
That was hard.
Put her on epilepsy medicine and everything else. We really went all out for that cat.
Yeah. That was always, that's fun, giving the cat freaking epilepsy medication. Open mouth. Try not to get bit.
We are a lover of animals here, as you can tell. 15 kittens is too much, but even if we get an animal like that one that's sick, we're not going to put it down. We're not going to give it away. We're going to take care of it and give it the best life possible.
Hopefully I can get a hamster after the tent picnic.
Yeah, hamster after the tent picnic.
I have food, I have bedding. I still have my little
And I
race
still
car
have
cage.
my Dizombified coffee cup so I can put the hamster in it.
You know,
That's what he says you can do with the coffee mugs. You can put a hamster in there.
I miss
So
my old hamster. She
I
was so cool.
I did too. I put Julie out as soon as I got the coffee. I have the picture. As soon as I got the coffee mug, I took the Zombified's coffee mug and put our hamster in it. Took a picture and sent it to him.
Poor Julia.
Well, he's always saying you could put a hamster in there, so I did. I tried it out,
You
and
can
he's
put
right.
a hamster in just about anything.
You can put a hamster in that cup.
I used to put my old hamster in my pocket of my overalls, and I used to literally go on my bike all the way down to Stewart's and get hot dogs. And one time she popped her head out at the checkout, and the girl screamed and told me I couldn't bring mice into the store. I said, it's not a mouse, it's my hamster, and you didn't know she was in there until she poked her head out to look at you. And she stayed in there the whole time.
By the way, the Zombified is freaking hilarious. I don't know if you guys know much about the Zombified. I'm sure some of you watch his stuff. In fact, I know that some of you do. But if you don't know who he is, he does a lot of live streams and stuff on his channel. You could just YouTube search the Zombified. He's very, very funny. He hosts a lot of different talk shows and themed stuff. The Horror Honeys on Saturdays. That's actually one of my favorite things that he does. But the commercials and stuff that he throws in there, and the skits that he does himself, him as a person, he's a really funny guy. I believe his name is Kenny, but I don't call people by their actual names. I call them by their stage names. So that's how I do. But yeah, he's a very funny guy. So that's why I had to take the hamster and just put it inside my Zombified coffee mug. Be like, see, look, you're right. She didn't mind. She just sat there. Let me take the picture.
Yeah, she was my hamster.
She thought it was great. Hey, look,
Anything-
I fit in this coffee mug.
Any creature I get, I've noticed, as soon as I have it, you notice how she was all jumpy in the store when I was holding on to her?
Yeah.
And as soon as I got her home, she was what? Fine.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I started to touch her and hold her, and she just used to sit on my chest. I was really upset the day. She was fine. I looked at her, and then you came home, and then boom, she's just on her side dead.
She also lived a long time for a hamster.
No, she went the full 2 years. That's an life expectancy for hamsters.
Yeah.
Now, Joey was 6 and had no hair.
That's weird.
And liver spots.
Yeah.
Well, I also fed her pepperonis.
Yeah, but
all throughout her. I think the preservatives.
that doesn't actually preserve the hamster.
No, it's a joke.
That's
That's an ongoing family joke that me and my dad had.
But
even my dad was feeding her pepperonis, like the big pieces. I'm like, Dad, no, you gotta give her little pieces, and you can see her put it in the pocket of her mouth, and it stuck it out of a corner. Like, Joey, just eat the damn thing. But she had, fresh stuff and things like that. One time I forgot to clean her cage and the seeds started growing grass. She thought that was kind of cool.
yes, definitely very good warrior princess. Definitely recommend a sub to Zombified's channel. So that's I call that proactive thinking. Thumbs up on that. Also, yeah, if you guys are gonna be, I know it's a stretch. Just so happens I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere this weekend. But if for some reason you happen to be in the Susquehanna, what?
Whoa, no, that's like the first time I have ever heard you pronounce that wrong. Even drunk, you can pronounce that right.
Yes, because it was an accident. I am still just waking up.
15 years, I'm just shocked. I'm sorry.
Susquehanna County region of Pennsylvania this weekend. Let me know. I can send you a muster point. We can meet up and you can come hang out at Locust Lake because that's where I'll be all weekend long. I know I throw that invite out there all the time. But you never know. One of you guys just someday might just be, you know what? I actually am in the area. I think I will go camping. No, honestly, can't imagine any reason why you would be in the Susquehanna County region of Pennsylvania, unless you're like specifically going to Locust Lake or you live there, or maybe you're buying fireworks. That's
Yeah.
true. Because you can't buy fireworks in New York. So if you're buying fireworks in Pennsylvania, you'd have to go to like Great Bend, right across the border,
I'm definitely putting when I get my money. I'm definitely putting money aside
and that's
for
Susquehanna
Fourth
County.
of July for next year.
Okay.
I'm going to be
Hey,
putting,
we
like,
did
I'm
we
gonna
did
put
good
$1,000
this year.
aside for fireworks.
That's ridiculous, and we did good this year. We don't need to spend $1,000 on fireworks.
I saw a bunch of mortar packs that I liked.
Yeah, I understand that, but we did really good for what we had.
I know.
We had
And
a
for
lot
some
of fun.
reason, I do not understand Shadow's scarcity of
It's loud.
fireworks.
It's loud.
And
It's an
bright.
explosion right above her head. That's scary.
It never used to scare me.
Hey, beautiful nightmare. Good morning.
Good morning. Like, lightning didn't scare me.
It's checking, like, yeah, it's still morning. Just barely, but it is, so it counts.
It's morning-ish. I had my English muffin. Oh, by the way, Hannaford English muffins 2 for $5.
By the way, Nightmare, listened to your rendition of Dagon. Bravo, clapping over here. Again, might be a little biased because I am a huge fan of Lovecraft. But you did a really good job. Very proud of you. I can always play it again.
I'll
so you
have
can hear
to take
it too.
his word for it because he left me freaking out of it.
I can.
He didn't tell me when it was going to be going on. No, now you have to reap what you sow. I hope she yells at you.
It wasn't a premiere.
Well, still, I hope she yells at you. Yell at him.
She takes
Beautiful
medication.
Nightmare.
Don't
yell at him.
Anyways, you did a really good job. If you guys like Lovecraft, if you really like me, if you like really enjoy Lovecraftian stuff, I really recommend checking out Beautiful Nightmare's channel because she just read Dagon, which is one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. She did a fantastic job with it. And I'm sure all of you are very aware, but if just in case you're not, or if you're tuning in at a later point, Beautiful Nightmare writes her own stuff. A lot of it. Not everything she does on her channel is written by her, but most of it is. Anything written by Charlie Blackmore. She's a fantastic author, and she's really good at narrating. She's actually grown as a voice actor quite a bit. So definitely recommend you checking out her channel. She's really good content. So, but yeah, great job with Dagon. Hoping to see some more on there. Now I challenge you to read At the Mountains of Madness. The gauntlet is thrown. I want to hear this 5.5 hour narration. I don't know. Listen, I tell Pockets almost everything, but like the stuff that I honestly just don't think she'll be interested in, or if she's sleeping or something along those lines, it's like I'll leave it out. But apparently she's very interested. So I'll have to replay it for her. I didn't know that you'd be interested in Dagon.
You didn't ask.
Well, no, I didn't. That's why I said assume. And assuming is wrong. Should never assume. Like that one time I said what was I going to do? I was going to do a shot of pickle whiskey. Pockets doesn't do shots. She does not do shots.
I will do the schnapps. I will do the rumple.
So I pour myself a shot of pickle whiskey. Hot pickle whiskey.
Stuff.
She doesn't. You haven't done a shot in 15 years. I'm pouring myself a shot of pickle whiskey. Put it down. And I sit down and she's like, looks kind of like disappointed. What's wrong? You didn't ask me if I wanted to do a shot with you. Why would I? Like, I've been asking you for 15 years to do a shot with me. And you're like, I don't do shots.
Yeah, of tequila.
No,
tequila.
I've asked you to do shots of
tequila.
Usually. Not always tequila. I've asked you to do quite a few variety of shots.
I've done the schnapps.
Schnapps doesn't count.
I've done the Rumpelmans.
Rumpelmans counts.
I love the moonshine pickles. And I think I drank some of the moonshine too. But 3 pickles and I was good. I was buzzed.
You're halfway through narrating At the Mountains of Madness. Good morning, Grim. How are you? That's amazing.
That's cool.
I definitely want to see that go up. I think that's Lovecraft's longest story, if I'm not mistaken. At least within the collection of his, that's the Necronomicon. I think that's the longest one in that collection. I was just kind of joking. Like you could have done like Cult of Cthulhu or something first. That would have been fine. Or just saying maybe Whispers in the Darkness. Uh, um, that would be epic. The Whispers in the Darkness is my favorite Lovecraft story. Favorite of all of them. Love that one. So, just saying, Christmas is coming up, in a few months. My birthday's in March.
My
The
birthday's
Whisper in the
before
Darkness.
yours.
Just saying, it's great. They even made a modern, old-timey black and white style movie. Based on that story, and it actually goes beyond it and with a new ending. But right up until that point, it follows the story like perfectly. They did a great job. I love it. Oh, Horror Babble? Yeah, I listen to Horror Babble a lot. Actually, he does a lot of Lovecraftian stuff. Um, I'm not sure if he's the one that put up the Necronomicon. He might have. Somebody did. On YouTube, there's two narrations, two videos for the Necronomicon, part 1 and part 2. One is almost 10 hours long, and the other one is a little over 10 hours long. And I've listened to it twice. I think that might have been by Horror Babble. I'm not sure. But yeah, I know Horror Babble. Good stuff. Like I said, he reads stuff that I try not to attempt. For one year, I actually went back and narrated Sleepy Hollow, Washington Irving's Sleepy Hollow, which is, I love that story. It's great. I don't know if you other narrators out there come across this, like those of you that write your own work, where it's easier to narrate your own work than it is to narrate somebody else's because you're more familiar with it. You know where the cues and stuff are. It's just easier. Going back and reading Washington Irving's Sleepy Hollow, I can't tell you how many voice files that ended up being because I kept stumbling and tripping over these very verbose words and sentences, and the sentence structure was just way different than what I was used to. And listening to Lovecraft and how he puts stuff together, I love Lovecraft. He's like that's my mentor. He's like one of my favorite authors of all time. I couldn't imagine trying to narrate his stuff. Especially something that's 5.5 hours long. So if you can get that up, like, my hat is off to you. I no longer require you to read Pen Pal, which, for like I said, for the longest time, I did kind of think of that as like a narrator's rite of passage, because everybody read Pen Pal.
Made everybody cry.
Mine made a lot of people cry. Not everybody's version. You got to actually put the acting in it. Just saying. But I really, really like Pen Pal. There's a lot of good narrations out there. Really like Creep McPasta's narration. It's probably the most famous one of all of them. But honestly, my version of Pen Pal is my favorite to listen to, and it's not because I narrated it. It's just, I don't know, I enjoy it that much more. I put a lot of love into it, and I think it kind of came out. Never used the same audio track twice in a 3-hour period. Put a lot of emotion and acting into it, especially at the end. So that's, yeah. But you don't have to read Pen Pal. If you do, I'll listen. Just saying. If you want to read Pen Pal, like, by all means, I'm here to encourage you to narrate it. But if you put up At the Mountains of Madness instead, all right. I let it. You don't have to, but it's got to be one or the other, at least. And eventually, The Whisper in the Darkness. I believe she's got more than 3. She's got quite a few more. Nightmare actually uploads every single day. I also just got a message saying that the chat disconnected. So if you guys, there we go. Boom. Chat's all reconnected. Had a little bit of an internet hiccup. Just got a little nervous there. Don't want to lose you all. I think there is. To tell you the truth, there probably is more than one beautiful nightmare. But the one in here is the good one. There's more than one, but we are affiliated with the best version. Yes. You want to make sure you check that out. Like I said, she writes a lot of her own stuff. Really like the Inhabitants series too. I got the pleasure of editing that book. She sent it over to me just to go through the entire thing and just, make sure everything looked good and whatnot. But it also gave me the chance to read all the stories in succession, including all the ones that aren't out yet, at least that I haven't done. I don't think that she's done them all yet either. Really like that series. Big fan of cosmic horror, which is probably why I'm such a big fan of Lovecraft. Good morning, Angel. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Cheers with the last sip of my coffee here. Well, now you are. So it has been remedied. Glad to hear it. Very glad to hear that you're doing well. There's a lot of turbulence out there in the world. So to hear someone pop in and say that they're doing good is a good thing. Yes, thank you very much, Wrath, for posting a link to her channel. Very good on you. See, that's why we have mods. Mods are able to provide links. So, alrighty. I figure probably about 10 more minutes or so. Might be able to, might be about 10 minutes or so. I might close out the stream. Let it run that full hour, which is actually pretty cool because Blood and Beans were a little bit shorter there for a while. And it always depends on the activity. If I get a lot of people in here getting me talking about random things, they tend to last a little longer. If not, then, I usually have 30 minutes to rant off and sip coffee, move on. But it's nice having you guys here to keep me talking, for sure. You don't have to ask me if you can drop your link. By all means, post your link. You should post links to your books, too. By the way, Beautiful Nightmare, a.k.a. Charlie Blackmore's first book, There's a Killer in My Hometown, that's free on Kindle. It's 100% free. So if you want something to read and you don't have any money, or if you just want to see what all the fuss is about and you don't want to spend anything, you just want to check it out and, it doesn't cost you a thing to do it, I highly recommend going to her author page and checking out her first book. Like I said, you can read it on Kindle for absolutely free, and Kindle can be read on any device. So a computer, a cell phone, anything can be a Kindle reader. So I highly recommend going, and you can just click right on her YouTube link. I believe any one of her videos is going to have a link to her author page in the description. So thank you. Thank you very much for posting the link to your books, or book. I'm not sure which one that is. I'm going to click on it and find out. Okay, so that's the first one. But if you click, it says There's a Killer in My Hometown paperback, and you can click Kindle, whatever. But right under the title, it says by Charlie Blackmore. Okay, so if you click on that, it's going to bring you to a little pop-up window that says visit Amazon's Charlie Blackmore page, and then click on that, And it should bring me to her author page. Yep. And now I can see all 3 of her books. There's A Killer in My Town, Short Horror Stories Volume 1, and Short Horror Stories Volume 2. I cannot recommend these books enough. They're extremely affordable. They're only $2.99 a piece. And like I said, the Kindle version of her first book is 100% free. So you can't go wrong. But I made the mistake last night of I was talking with because we're working on a project together as well. Throw a little hint out there. It's actually going to end up being a book. This is actually the first series that I've helped to create that has had the intentions of it being a book in mind from the beginning. But I wasn't bringing that up because I know that she has so much else to do. Such as like she narrates a new story for every single day. I know that she's working on several different projects, probably 2 or 3 with Blades alone. Plus, she's also working on like 2 or 3 books. And when I told her this and she responded, she said, "No, I'm working on like 15 books and I'm working on stories with like 30 people." And so she's doing even more than what I'm aware of. Very, very busy, but very, very talented. So, hey, Manny, good morning. How are you? But so there's 3 books available right now. But I'd keep a really close eye on her author page. Because if you follow her author page, you'll get a notification every time a new book goes up. And I recommend that you do that. And you could always follow me as well. My author page should be in the description to this video. If not, you can click on any of the book links and again, follow the same process. Click on my name, click my author page, and it'll bring you to all of my books as well. I've got 6 books available and a 7th one coming out this year as well, right around October, right before. I actually want to put it out, release it the week before October, the last week of September. So that way anybody who does want to purchase it and does happen to purchase it, they can order it and have it mailed into their house by the time October starts. So I want the book to have the capability to be in everybody's hands by the beginning of October. So that's a thing that is also coming as well. So there's a lot of moving parts this year with the 13 days of Halloween, various projects. A lot of people that I work with are working on books and working on special narrations and special projects. And I've got a lot of things in store for you guys that we're not even mentioning here as well. So it's going to be a really wild ride this fall. And not to mention that it's still the summer of Locust Lake, and we have 3 stories left to tell. Those last 3 stories are actually a 3-part finale. So it's all one story. Each one picks up literally right where the last one left off. It's a 3-part story. It's one big finale. And it will be the end of Locust Lake. The last Locust Lake will be premiering, if I'm not mistaken, on September 4th. I do not know who the disciple is. I'll have to check that out, though. The Shining? We talking TV version or Jack Nicholson version? TV version which was way closer to the book, and it actually explains more about what's going on in the movie version that was kind of left out of the movie. Movie version is great for an hour and a half ride, and it's executed well. But it doesn't follow the book enough. I actually recommend, if you're going to watch the movie version, also dedicate some time to watch the TV version as well, because it'll at least explain some things that happened in the movie that weren't explained in the movie. But I do like the movie as well. So I guess you could say I like them both equally. I'll have to check out the Knights of the Old Republic games. I've kind of been spoiled because now everything Star Wars that I enjoy is in virtual reality.
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
missed Bad Batch. We gotta watch that.
oh yeah, we gotta watch Bad Batch. Oh my god, how could I just totally forget about Bad Batch? What's wrong with me? Um, so like, yeah, that's happening after Blood and Beans. Um, but yeah, I've been kind of spoiled. Like anything like Star Wars game related, it's like this is cool, but I'd really like to just actually hold a lightsaber in my hand. And I end up playing Vader Immortal. So really, all other Star Wars games tend to do is make me start itching for some good Star Wars VR again. So again, a bit spoiled. Though I love Shadows of the Empire for the Nintendo 64. That's a great game. And I want to try and beat the Super Star Wars games. I know that they're really hard, but they're supposed to be really, really good, especially if you can slog through the first couple of stages. So it might happen. Yeah, it's the end of Locust Lake. I can't say that we'll never bring Locust Lake back, but if we do, we're talking it's going to be a very long time. At least a year, like at least, if not more. If Locust Lake ever comes back. No, the last Locust Lake is September 4th. This last series, the original series, the Cult of Locusts, the Todd Jacobs journals, all these new monsters, the Mr. Shaw, the two back-to-back Mr. Shaw stories, all these different story arcs culminate in the finale, the 3-part finale. All of them, they all come together, they all have substance and purpose as to why they exist and what's going on. And yeah, it will be, for all intents and purposes, the last Locust Lake. So, don't forget though that there are some journal entries still to read, like prequels, I guess you could say. So even though Locust Lake will be over, it's not to imagine like we won't come out with like one of those prequels. Like one of them is actually a Halloween themed journal entry, and Doughboy has a Christmas themed journal entry. So just saying, you might see those this coming season. Then there's going to be a new Locust Lake book at the beginning of next year. That's what I'm aiming for. The Legacy of Locust Lake should be the Legends of Locust Lake book is the largest book to date. It's about the size of the Epic Mickey Strategy Guide. I know because I have that in the back, and the Locust Lake book. They're about the same size. So that's the dimensions, right? It's magazine sized. My books are, because they're both supposed to give you that feeling like of those old gas station magazine rack horror comics and horror stories and stuff, horror mags. Kind of give you that kind of feeling. So that's the dimensions of them. So they're the size of a strategy guide, but the Locust Lake book is so thick. It's literally the same thickness as the Epic Mickey Strategy Guide. The Legacy of Locust Lake book, obviously the stories that we've come out with already, there's more of them than there are in the original series, especially if you include like the prequels and the journals. Plus there's also going to be at least 3 to 4 exclusives in the book alone. So the Legacy of Locust Lake book should be considerably larger than the Legends of Locust Lake book. So that I'm hoping for a release first quarter next year, and then you'll have that. And by then, you guys should be very well in sync as to what else is going to be going on in the channel. Things I cannot reveal yet. All will be clear in October. I promise. There are things coming that are so epic, it feels like my brain is going to literally explode because I'm sitting on these things. Some really, really epic information, and I can't tell you about it. You'll all be on the level after October is over. Everybody will understand what's going on. So by the time we get to Christmas time and the new Locust Lake book in the beginning of the year, everybody should be feeling a lot better about the whole end of Locust Lake situation. Not that I'm bringing it back. That's not what it is, but you should be feeling better about that fact. And then later on down the road, We got some more epic things planned. So don't despair about the end of Locust Lake, because with the journals and the book that's coming out at the beginning of next year and stuff like that, you're still going to get your doses of Locust Lake. It's just not going to be, uh, at least for a while, in a way that you're used to. So, but I think thou has said too much. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll roll another smoke. And I know my vape's still charging. And then after this, I'll probably close out the stream. If you guys have anything to say, go ahead, punch it into the comments. I've got some time to answer some questions, and I'm more than happy to answer questions, comments, and banter back and forth. I am also very excited for the end of Locust Lake. I'm a little saddened by it as well, because it's the end of Locust Lake. But Doughboy really went all out with this final 3 stories. This 3-part finale. Epic doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. And it really, God, I can't say more. You guys will be very, very happy. But yes, the last 3 Locust Lake stories are very, very epic. Somebody is going to return in the next one that's coming up this weekend. Somebody that we haven't seen in the Locust Lake stories for a very long time. And that person, she will be back in the next Locust Lake story. That's one of the things coming up. And as far as reveals go, that's the most mild reveal in these stories. Like, as far as spoilers go, it's really not a spoiler at all, because you really can't have a finale without this person. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. So as far as reveals go, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. So you're going to definitely want to check in, not just for this story, but then the final 2 stories that are going to follow in August and the beginning of September. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss out. Doughboy really did a great job. Absolutely, Manny. It was nice talking with you as well. Thank you very much for stopping in. Have a great day, man. Happy Sunday to you. It was nice seeing you. Oh, I really, 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 really want to tell more. In fact, in October, after Locust Lake has started, once we're in the middle of things and the new book's been released and we're into the quote unquote the project, I'm probably going to do a Blood and Beans or maybe even a special live stream just so I can talk about all this stuff. Because I need to be able to talk about it, and I can't. So there will probably be a dedicated stream just so I can freaking get all this crap off my chest and just be outright excited. I'm not telling anybody anything. Well, I want to, but I won't. I promise, Nightmare. I'm not going to tell anybody anything else. I think I've said enough, though, to the point where people don't know what's going on, but at least they can feel safe enough knowing that they don't have to despair. They're in good hands. That's really the only point I want to get across right now. You don't have to despair. You are in good hands with me and Doughboy. Not only is there change coming, but there are some really, 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 really epic things coming. So stick around. Definitely stick around. Really, really hope to see you guys this October. And that's not even including the 13 days of Halloween, which I've basically written almost everything for. Those stories are all written. They're all done. Obviously, a Creepypasta Day upload is going to be on its way as well, because that happens every year too. Yeah, so lots of great stuff. And let's not forget All Heroes Wear Capes. Not All Heroes Wear Capes series too, because the week of Locust Lake's finale, right? So Locust Lake ends September 4th. The week after that is the Dreamscape finale. We got Dreamscape Part 2 coming up soon. Not this weekend. That's Locust Lake. The weekend after is Dreamscape. Then the last 2 Locust Lakes, and then after that is the very last Dreamscape. So we're finishing up Dreamscape at this exact same time, basically, as we're finishing Locust Lake. This is so I can start introducing some new series. Like I said, the aforementioned The Project, and Not All Heroes Wear Capes, series 2. And again, I'm floating over, just so everybody knows, a lot of other really epic stuff. Collaborations between me and my other co-authors, other stories, and other series that are being worked on and penned, and will probably be ready for be started around that point in time as well. I'm glossing over things that are super epic because the other things that are there as well are, again, they're like uber super epic. So even the in-betweens, they're right up there with the hype. There's so much stuff going on. Yeah, can't wait till October. Gonna be spilling all. Lots of revelations coming. Oh yeah, Creepypasta Day is a thing. October 13th. Every October 13th, I put up a video with a live action intro and outro. Basically just saying Happy Creepypasta Day. I still draw the symbol on my arm. Like, I still get very into Creepypasta Day. Yeah. An epic is an understatement. Nightmare is doing a 31 days of Halloween. 31 days. And she uploads every day, but she's going to be doing a 31 days of Halloween. Like, it's epic. That in itself is freaking epic. Again, I don't want to mention things about like webs or theaters, but there's more stuff coming up than, like, the hype is beyond me. It's extended into the people that I work with, the people that I call friends, and we collaborate together. They are also doing things that are equally as epic. So this this fall is going to be. No, I'm not going to hush up. I'm allowed to talk about your marathon. I'm excited. And everything else I've said was very, 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 in a way, and I know what you're both getting at. I did it like that on purpose. Don't worry. Don't think anyone really quite understands what I'm getting at. I'm not going to say anything more than what I have. But just understand that there are things beyond just me. There's a whole group of people that I know of specifically that are doing some things this fall that I am personally very, very excited for. And the fact that I'll be done with Halloween and October and September, and I can just sit back and enjoy October while all this is going on. Awesome. Entertain me, people. Entertain me. You know, Devane, I was actually thinking about doing something for the upcoming Friday the 13th. I will be in the woods at Locust Lake on Friday the 13th. I might try and do like a special live stream. I have my mobile hotspot. It sucks. It's not a very good mobile hotspot at all. But if I can get decent enough reception up there, I might do like a special Friday the 13th live reading or something like that this weekend, maybe, if I can, if the reception allows me. I'm doing something for Friday the 13th personally. I'll be at Locust Lake, which is actually kind of neat because the first part of the 3-part finale will premiere while I'm at the lake, so that's going to be exciting for me. So I really get into Friday the 13th, and I really like the Locust Lake series a lot. It's what I consider to be the flagship series on my channel. I'm just as excited to see it come to an end in such an epic way as I am saddened to see it end. But that's the great thing about being, an author or a co-author of a series like that, is essentially you're God. You can do what you want. So there's no saying that Locust Lake will never return. You know, um, nah, planes are a little pricey. Bus tickets, man. Buses will get you there faster than you think. And there's a bus station like not too far, like 15, 20 minutes away from Locust Lake. So you could always just ride the bus right to that point. I could tell you where it is. I'll pick you up at the bus station and could always just drop you back off on a Sunday when you're getting ready to get picked back up. Just saying, it is possible. And again, it's probably not the most comfortable way to travel, but it's feasible. It's how it can be done. Again, to do all that though, just to go camping with some guy in otherwise what are some woods, might not be worth it. That's all. Like just and yeah, yes, your work schedule and stuff like that as well. And it is a huge way to travel. Just understand once you get to where you're going and you meet me, you're gonna realize I'm just some dude and these are just some woods and we're literally just camping. Fun camping, like, you'll have fun. Like and we'll go for hikes. We can visit some of the places from the stories and stuff like that. And I can kind of like show you around, give you the Locust Lake tour, bring you down to Halstead and show you Rex's bar and stuff like that. But yeah, beyond that, it is just camping with some guy. So, well, yes, but you can see in real life, if you know me in real life, it's painfully obvious that I am just some normal person with a normal 7 to 5 job, because 9 to 5 doesn't exist. And of course, let's get real. Days have been really slow, and I've been able to knock off, about 4 o'clock instead of 5, which has been really nice. So definitely not going to complain about that. So work's been actually treating me pretty good recently. But work is still work. Nobody likes to work. I mean, come on. I'd rather be out fishing or hiking or writing. Those are the things that I enjoy. Hi, Alternative Night. How are you? Glad you could stop in. Well, I'm sociopathic and I'm Sabian and I'm LW Sutton. I have many names and I'm Minus, King Minus. Can ask Doughboy about that one. Some people even call me Chester. We're not going to get into that. Not on this stream. You want to know about that? Go back to some of the other live streams because we've explained the Chester incident previously. Yes. Laugh heartily, my friends. Laugh heartily. Enjoy at my expense. Oh, and I'm out of coffee. This is sad. All right. I think yes, King Minus. That story I don't mind telling real quick. My mother said if she ever caught me disrespecting a girl, I'd wake up the next morning minus. My best friend at the time, who is no longer with us, he overheard that story and started calling me King Minus because of it. So that is, and then it just kind of stuck. I was hanging out with my friends in Halstead. Like, we should come up with a nickname for you. I was like, I already have one. It's Minus. Oh, I like that. And it just stuck. So even Pockets, sometimes if she can't find me in the store, she'll call me by name, and then she'll call me Minus. Because that one actually gets my attention. So that's where that one comes from. I know, interesting story, right? So yeah, that one stuck with me since I was like 15 years old. It's a very old nickname of mine. But yes, I am a man of many names, and yeah, out of all those names, I still haven't even provided my birth name, the one that my parents gave me, because that is the true mask, my friends. That is the one I wear outside, and people think I'm just some normal everyday Joe. Until they take a look at my necklace and my ring or my t-shirt that I happen to be wearing and say, oh, this guy's a horror freak. But from a distance, you won't know those things. Oh, my parents throwing out my middle name? No, they actually would abbreviate my first initial and they would take, it's not, but we'll say like if my name was Aaron Ridley, and obviously it's not, um, they would call me AR. So, I mean, that wasn't that. So let's say LW, those initials, the names that those stand for, the L, the name that stands for, and the name the W stands for, those two names rhyme with my real first initials. So, not the initials themselves, but the names that they represent rhyme with my real first initials. So that's why it's LW. Thank you. Yeah, I've noticed that YouTube unsubs people all the time. That's why I'm always putting out those freaking reminders. And I don't know why they do that. Stop unsubbing people. People actually at least they say they enjoy the content. Like, don't just unsub them. Let them do it themselves. So yeah, YouTube does that, man, and I apologize, but I can't apologize for somebody else's mistake. So it bad on YouTube. Bad baby. Yeah, probably because they know that I gained like 2 subs over the weekend. They're like, well, that's too many. This guy's got to lose a couple. So definitely a possibility. Yep, actually, cool. Thank you, Somber. Now I'm back up to 1705. So, like, that's literally so far on this channel, that is the highest sub count. Wonder how long it'll take for YouTube to take those away. This guy's got, nope, that's weird. You gotta take away some fuckers. Thank you, Fuzzy, very, very much. I'm very glad to hear that you enjoy my content so much. There's no doubt about that, like, writing and voice acting and putting videos together, of course it takes time, it takes effort, but work isn't work when you enjoy it, right? When you're not noticing the time go by, you're not noticing the effort put in, you're just enjoying what you're doing, it's not work. So I'm really, really happy that you like the content, because it's a lot of fun to make. It's not about the work that goes into it. It's just a lot of fun to make, and I want to be able to keep continuing making it, and I probably would, even if it was just for like me. Like, I just enjoy writing. The fact that somebody else out there enjoys it as much as I do, that's awesome. And let's not forget the co-authors. I mean, Doughboy 420, Charlie Blackmore, Ethan Blades, like, got some really good names writing for this freaking channel. So it's a lot of there's a lot of honor in putting out not just my work, but everybody else's too. Really have had some great stories grace this channel, and I do try to do my best to give it as much life, and what's the word I'm looking for? Respect, much life and respect towards the story as I can, because I know how much work can go into these. I really like want to bring it to life, and that's kind of the coolest thing, because then I go back and I listen to it myself, and it's literally like with the music and the sound effects or whatever, like it brings the story to life. It gives it a life of its own, and it's just fun. Well, thank you very much, Fuzzy. Again, I don't really listen to Creeps too much anymore. MCP, if I've got time, I might check out something here and there. But honestly, I'm so busy working on my own channel, I don't really have a lot of time to check out anyone else's content all that often. And when I do, it's this group. It's the people that support me. It's the people that I support. The people that respond to my comments. It's the people I work with. So, I mean, I might go back and listen to something by like MCP or even Horror Babble or something like that. But it's usually I'm listening to Nightmare's channel. I'm listening to PA Nightmare's channel. I'm listening to Spooky Boo. By the way, Spooky Boo is freaking amazing. If you don't know Spooky Boo, please go check out Spooky Boo. Spooky Boo is basically the reason that this channel right here even exists. So much love to Spooky Boo. I've heard that I put people to sleep. Everyone says, your voice puts me right to sleep. I can't stay awake. And, I kind of take that as a compliment too. Like, hey, at least I'm soothing. She does. She has an absolutely amazing voice. She's a really good person. And I've agreed to never say anything. But I will say this: do not judge Spooky Boo on YouTube statistics, because that is not her bread and butter. Spooky Boo is actually a podcaster, and all I can say is that she's a really awesome person. Doesn't matter how big she gets. She's not just willing to help out. Like, she'll reach out to me specifically just to tell me about something to help me out without me even asking. Spooky's a great person. She's not just a great narrator and a great author. She's a great person. So, again, much props, much respect to Spooky Boo. Swamp Dweller too. Just want to put that out there. Swamp Dweller also did me a pretty big solid when I put out this channel. I know he's really busy right now. He's got a lot of subs and stuff like that he's got to respond to, a lot of comments. But he also put up a special intro for like a month, explaining what happened to my old channel and linking this one. So again, much love to Swamp Dweller as well. Really, really big help. And Gothic Rose, Black Eyed Blonde. When I first jumped into back into Twitter and tried to get this channel up and going, they were also really, really big helps to me. It's really more people than I can kind of. Well Hay Productions. The guy is awesome and funny as hell. Tales to Chill. He's a great guy. Really, really helped me out a lot. The Grimm brothers. I don't know if they're still doing stuff. I think last I heard they were actually stopping narrating. I'll have to double check on that though. It's like I said, I don't have a lot of time to really look into things and look at everybody's content anymore. It was a lot easier when I did nothing but stay home and go to college. Yep. Spooky Boo was there was a lot of people that found this channel because of her. Literally, I can search sociopathic pasta right now. I'll do it. I'll see what comes up. Sociopathic. Sorry, my microphone's kind of covering my keyboard. First thing that comes up is Sociopathic Pasta's new channel by Spooky Boo. It is the first thing that comes up, is her video about where to find my channel. So anybody that was looking for me can punch in Sociopathic Pasta into YouTube, and the first thing that comes up is Spooky's channel video talking about where to find my new one. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, she basically put up a lighthouse for my old channel, and it helped me. I mean, like I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Before I even had a video on this channel at all, I had 900 subs without any content. I had over 900 subs, almost 1,000 subscribers before I had any videos up on the channel. That's how much the community jumped in to try and help me out. It goes beyond words. You can't say anything. I'm an author. I write, and words do not capture that act of charity. They don't capture the humbleness that brings, the humility. I don't know if humility, if I used that correctly. I'm pretty sure I did though, because it's got two meanings. But very, very much humbled me and gave me a lot of perspective on my work and how much my old channel really meant to people. Really floored me, put me beside myself. So you guys are all amazing. Just putting that out there as well. every single one of you, whether you were here on my old channel and you found me through Spooky Boo, or any other means. If you're new to this channel and discovered me maybe through somebody that used to watch my old channel, or just on your own, randomly clicking through things or whatever, really want to thank you all too, because it's your support in the end, right? I mean, you put these people can put up all these lighthouses that they want. They can tell people where I am. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It's you guys. You guys are the ones that are like truly supporting me, and thank you. Really can't thank you enough. It's been a lifelong goal of mine, literally since I was 6 years old, to be an author, to be considered an author, and to be a published author. Those are the two goals of mine. I wanted people to recognize my name, not like all over the world, but like, oh, you're an author? Yeah, okay, I can accept that. And then the second thing was a published book, because the first thing everyone asks is, oh, you're an author? What books have you done? Because apparently to most people, that's all an author can be. And I've done a lot of, philosophical thinking on this question and stuff, on what it really means to be a true author. And that definition is different to everybody. It's actually more internal. So to me, it was people recognizing me as an author, like accepting the fact that I'm an author, and just, like, oh yeah, that's just normal. He's an author. And having a published book. And you've all made that possible. You've all made that dream come true. Can't thank you enough for that. Really can't. How do you thank somebody for making a childhood dream of yours come true? Yes, Spooky Boo's Scary Story Time. That's who I meant. She's phenomenal. And like I said, a very, very good person. Much love to Spooky Boo. All right, after this smoke, I'm gonna jump off. I keep saying that. It's been an hour and a half. My throat's starting to get sore. Hey, leader, how you doing? Yeah, a little earlier today. Didn't go fishing today. Kind of took the day off. I want to clean a little bit. I'd actually like to get some gaming in. Because I'm not going to be home next weekend. Next weekend I'm going to be at Locust Lake. So this weekend I'm going to spend at home eating pizza. I might even jam on the arcade machine a little bit today. Play some Turtles in Time and down a slice of pizza or two. Yeah, no fishing today. I was lazy. Like I said, I'm going to be in the woods for 3 days next weekend. I'm not going to be able to catch. There's no huge bass or anything in Locust Lake. So I won't be able to catch anything like monstrous or anything, but going to be in the woods, digging in the dirt, building fires. So I'll take a day, clean the house, play some games. I got Star Fox 64 on the Wii U. Would really like to jam on that for a little bit today. Yeah. Got the bedroom to clean. Good stuff. Good stuff. Lots happening today. I got some leftover pizza I need to devour. Needs eaten. Can't let pizza just sit there. And yeah, I know I bought a whole pizza for myself yesterday and I didn't finish it. What's coming? What's wrong with me? How dare I not finish an entire pizza? I've actually been trying to lose a little bit of weight. Been doing good too. And no, I'm not like, not like out of control or anything. Just to the point where might need to start buying a whole new wardrobe because things are getting a little tight. So instead of going that route, I'm just going to stop eating entire pizzas and just eat a couple of slices at a time. Beavis and Butthead? Yeah, I know Beavis and Butthead. Loved the movie. Beavis and Butthead Do America. That was funny as hell. Excuse me. I know I do. Me? Maybe sometime. I don't know. I don't know if I've got the guts to do one in a live stream, man, for sure. And plus, I'll also put this out there too. Pockets is not a big fan of Beavis and Butthead. And she's right behind me. I don't think she would appreciate it. I might get something thrown at me. So maybe on another stream, might give it a shot. And plus, it's also been forever since I've watched Beavis and Butthead. So any Beavis or Butthead impersonation that I do is going to be so freaking outdated. Like, I need to practice this first. You can't just, it's like somebody handing me a funnel and a beer and be like, do this. I want to see you do the one sip funnel. Listen, you got to give me some time to like get back up there and start practicing again. Like, I can't just guarantee I can come out of the gate with awesomeness here. I gotta retrain. Been a while since I've been out of that game. Oh, all right, fellas and ladies, anybody that might still be here and may show up in the future, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end out the stream. Could really use a drink. My throat's getting a little bit sore, and I think I'm gonna watch The Bad Batch. I can't believe I totally forgot about The Bad Batch on Friday. I was so busy narrating and whipping up videos, and then the FNAF party yesterday, I just totally forgot. Gotta get my Star Wars in. Yeah, I know. I can't. Well, anything Star Wars, like, I'm really into, but they've been doing a great job with The Bad Batch. So, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. Can't wait to see this next episode. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so very much for being here this morning. Thank you so very much for stopping in and, keeping me talking. I can't believe it's been over an hour and a half. Like, coming into a live stream with absolutely no topics at all, and you guys have kept me talking for an hour and a half, that's pretty incredible. I might go back and listen to this just to see what the hell was I talking about. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really hope to see you guys this coming weekend. I will be at Locust Lake, and really, really hope to see you at the lake this weekend as well, with the start of the three-part finale, Locust Lake, Something Wicked. Really, really hope to see you guys there. Really hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. I absolutely love you all. Thank you so much for all of your kind words, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.